Hi everyone, Bernard here. I hope you're all staying safe and well, and welcome to my film and TV channel. I hope you enjoy what I've got for you today, and please check out as you're watching this little links on screen as well for different things, for my Facebook and Twitter, and of course my football channel as well. And please, all your comments are very welcome. Just let us know and push that subscribe button. Don't forget, please push the subscribe button. Make sure your notifications set to public as well if you want to know when these vlogs are coming out. Push that notification button as well. So anyway, please enjoy. Right, today we've got The Waterman. Yes, this is actually now showing as I'm recording this on the 23rd of July 2021. Showing on Netflix. So catch up with this one if you fancy it. The Waterman, yeah, 91 minutes. It's a PG rating. It's classed as a fantasy drama film directed by David Oyelowo in his feature directorial debut. So there you go, from a screenplay by Emma Needle. David Oyelowo also stars in this as Amos Boone. Rosario Dawson stars as Mary Boone. Lonnie Chavis as Gunnar Boone. Amia Miller as Joe Riley, Alfred Molino as Jim Busey, and Mario Bello as Sheriff Goodwin. So not a bad little cast. Oprah Winfrey's involved in this. Yeah, she serves as an executive producer via her Harpo Films banner. And the films that I think Disney were involved in this originally, but they sort of dropped out. So that's how it's ended up on Netflix. But there you go. There's probably a deeper story than that, but I don't know what it is. The film centres around a young boy after learning his mother suffers from a potentially fatal disease, decides to embark on a journey through woods containing the local legend known as the Waterman. He's probably scarier than he sounds, but there you go. All scores today that I'm going to look at, all scores and comments, are as at the 23rd of July 2021, 1 PM UK time. Rotten Tomatoes, well, yeah, critically it's doing okay. This Rotten Tomatoes has got a 78% positivity rating. That's based on 72 reviews, and it's got 56 fresh and 16 rotten, so not too bad. An average rating of 6.6 out of 10, so that's not too shabby at all. One of the rotten reviews, I've sort of used this as an idea of yeah, just general rotten, which means I sort of agree with it. Carlos Aguilera from the LA Times wrote, "The end result, The Waterman, while not altogether graceless, registers as tonally disjointed and ultimately inconsequential in spite of its star-fronted cast." Fresh reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. Brian Tellerico, we have a look at him occasionally, don't we? RogerEbbett.com. Ultimately, The Waterman feels a little too slight. This is a positive, don't forget. It doesn't come together like I hoped it would after the very promising first act, but there's enough to like to recommend. And Richard Roper of the Chicago Sun-Times, "This family-friendly monster movie will delight kids and move adults." Yeah, well, Richard Rope was a bit more positive, wasn't he there? The verified audience. Now, this is the audience who've actually bought tickets to watch this at the theatre. That's what Rotten Tomatoes now calls its verified audience. It scores 3.8 out of 5 average, so that's pretty good, isn't it? But if you take all the audience and some people who've not been verified, as in who knows where they watched it, we just don't know, they've not been verified, it's just 3 out of 5, so a little bit less, which is unusual actually. And the positivity ratings are a lot different as well. Verified, it's 69% positivity, and unverified, if you like, a total is 47%, so less than half actually thought it was that, had a positive reaction to it. Metacritic, the other site we look at, of course, sampled 21 critics. An average of 68 out of 100, so very similar to the Rotten Tomatoes critics rating. And it was 13 positive and 8 mixed, but no negative, so still a high proportion of mixed there, and it scored anywhere between 40 and 88. I've just took one of the examples of the scores. Rolling Stone's Jessica Klang, there's her name, 60 out of 100. She said, "Its sincerity and solidity are never in doubt. So the actor's directorial career is certainly off to a clean-lined, competent start. But it's hard to shake the feel that this is a sort of film that fond parents wish their children would love, as opposed to a film their children actually will love." Interesting. Internet Movie Database. Yeah, this sort of bucks a trend. Joe public, you, me, the people who've watched this. I don't know if they're verified or not. These aren't the verified audience, but yeah, it's only getting a 5.3 out of 10 average, so a bit below that watchable rating and a bit below those critics' scores earlier. With 1,551 reviews. Of that, 742, so less than half, that's 48%, only scored it 6 or more. But again, about half and half, so not a total disaster. And looking through some of the reviews, yes, very, very mixed. Some people do seem to love it, and some people are not overly impressed. So, just for balance and just for a little thought, my little thoughts on this rather than everybody else's thoughts. Well, it's not a bad film. It's just not that great, unfortunately. It has a feel that you sort of feel, you watch the trailers, you read the blurb on it, you think you're getting a fantasy adventure, but you do get a little bit of adventure, of course you do. But the fantasy element just falls a little bit flat. There is an element of fantasy to it. There is a waterman. He's not a seemingly is not a being who doesn't exist, but he just falls flat in the style of how it's promoted and say what we're built up to see. So it was a little bit of a letdown for me, to be honest. And I think most of the Internet Movie Database audience are sort of agreeing with that. I'm not too sure the demographic. I think younger watchers might get a little bit bored. There are elements of adventure and excitement, but they are a little bit few and far between. And as an adult watch, I say it was okay. It's not done, but sadly, it doesn't really do what it says on the box, and that's it. And the ending as well. The ending is pretty naff. I mean, it's pretty unending. It's not really a climax. It's just a bit of a get out, to be honest with you. I mean, the two young heroes on their quest, and I use that term quest very loosely, were okay. Perhaps the girl was better than the lad. The lad was a bit hammy at times, to be honest with you, but they weren't really helped by this script, to be honest with you, because there were certain elements had potential, but it was never really built upon throughout this film. I mean, I think of films like I Kill Giants or Bridge to Terabithia, which obviously is very, very popular. And I would have hoped, based on what I read about this film, for it to be something like that. So if you don't expect that, you might be a bit happier with it. Don't expect I Kill Giants or Bridge to Terabithia. Don't expect anything like that. Just sort of, yeah, I think Disney were involved, weren't they? Just a very basic Disney children's family afternoon film. But don't get carried away thinking it's a big fantasy plot to this. It just isn't. It's a nice film, but it never really goes anywhere. So I don't know, it does go somewhere, but it never really ends. It never really comes to a satisfactory ending, as it when it gets to one, unfortunately. So my rating, I'm not going to go mad. I'm going to sort of more or less agree with the Internet Movie Database rating. I'm only going to give it my sit on the fence, splinters in the bum, because I know some people will like it. But as I say, it's a little bit of a slow burn. It's not overly exciting, and it's just not what it should be. So I'm going to give it a 5.5 out of 10, which is just over halfway. So it does crawl over halfway, but not quite my 6 out of 10, which is my watchable score. So if you do get to watch, as I said, it's on still in the UK here. It's on Netflix. It's just been released today as I'm recording this. So seek it out. And yeah, as I say, it's not a total waste of time, but not quite what I was hoping for, in all fairness. Let me know what you think anyway if you do get a chance to watch this. Anyway, thanks for watching. What we're going to do the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. So we'll meet here again on my film and TV channel, or perhaps have a flit across, have a look at my Citizen channel, my football channel. I only ask one thing. I mean, it's not much. All I ask is please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.